lot of instances that happened with our group member, Nina.
Yo, you might be fucking retarded, bro. Are you good in the head?
Oh, wow.
Take it off. Hey, yo, cut the cameras. Yo, cut the cameras, bro. Don't do your shit.
You know, one of the things that made it hard for us to continue as a group was that it always had to be her way. And it would always be, well, I'm gonna do with me. Time and time again, like, hey, you know, we are trying to hold what we thought was a friend accountable, and that friend says we're not being friends because we're trying to hold them accountable.
Well, I darn near forgot about Nina Lynn, but it seems as though the rain is continuing to pour on her. Just a year ago, she seemed to have one of the most bubbling and bright careers in the new streaming era. Collaborations with Agent, appearances on Streamer University, connections with the FaZe guys, and
I ain't gonna lie, it seemed like she was going towards more the Pogger side. It seemed like she collaborated with them for like a certain event, blew up, and it's like she went to like a whole different community, if that makes sense, gang. Like, I don't know.
Consistent group channel 03 that was actually doing very, very well with some very, very prominent members. But within a year, all of that went away, and it was due to one thing and one thing only: her inability to hold herself accountable for her actions, apologize, do the work, and ultimately move on. So when her group decided to put out a video talking about how they decided to part ways from her, I thought it would be a perfect time to teach the lesson that you cannot escape your digital footprint. And at the end of the day, accountability.
Yeah, bro, I ain't gonna lie, that shit is crazy, bro. Like, I be seeing a lot of niggas be bugging. Like, a lot of people be trying to do crazy shit that is gonna stick with them for a really, really long time. And I don't know if I could just do that. And that's probably why it's gonna take me longer than other niggas. And I'm okay with that, bro. I'm okay with that, gang. You feel me? There's so many ways to go up in this shit. But it's like, yo, these niggas don't think about like, yo, bro, when I have a son, my son is gonna see this. Like, if my mother is on TikTok right now, she's gonna see this. Like, how does she feel behind this shit? Like, yeah, it's for jokes and laughs. Yeah, bro, like niggas be spitting gay jokes. Like, if my mother scrolled across that shit, yo, I wonder what the fuck she would think, bro. Like, no, all jokes aside, like all trolling aside.
Trumps all. If you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'm gonna hold you guys accountable. You're consuming content from me. The least you can do is click that little subscribe button down below. It will go a long, long way for this community. Now, back into the video. Like I said, Nina Lynn had a sweet deal. Most content creators have to come up by themselves, build their own audience, build their own brand. And not taking it away from her, she did that in her own regard. But she quickly was able to team up with two very solid YouTubers, Jimmy Zhang, who has 1 million subscribers, and Edward So, who basically has 1 million subscribers.
I think I seen bro on Silky stream. He was like talking about the content creation shit on Silky stream.
Create a group channel called 03.
I think if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if that's the right person, but I ain't gonna lie, he looks like the same exact person.
Lifestyle content, dating style challenges, you know, the typical
that's definitely the same exact person, bro.
Esque videos. And this, coupled along with her appearances with people like Fan or Wendy Ortiz, meant that Nina Lynn pretty much had a fast track to being one of the biggest names in not just streaming, but content creation as a whole. I think one very underrated thing about Nina is her background. I'm talking about her ethnicity, nationality, and her race. She was gonna be somebody who was going to be able to resonate with a whole Eastern culture that those in the United States could not do. In fact, she acted as some sort of medium /
yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it's like really, really rare to see somebody of that ethnicity from where she's from go up the way she did. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that was just different in itself. I keep it a buck. You heard? From New York, you like the way she went out. I don't know what exact ethnicity she is, so I'm not even gonna guess, because niggas gonna be like, yeah, bro, niggas is stereotype.
Content creators
I ain't even gonna guess,
because
bro.
they needed her to basically gain access to that whole culture that has billions of people in it. But instead of nurturing this opportunity that she had, Nina ultimately squandered it. Over the past year, Nina Lynn has been in controversy after controversy after controversy after controversy. And I'm not gonna go into super depth about it. I've made plenty of videos, whether it be her just being a general nuisance at a nail salon, her in this kleptomania that she just has in her body, and definitely the Saeed situation.
You know, so funny. I feel like a lot of streamers don't realize how like big of an audience they have, right? Like, why would you do that shit on camera, gang? And the funny thing is that you got the money, gang. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, even if it's for a stream one time, you already at the shop, just buy the shit, go about your day, gang. You feel what I'm saying? Like, on some shit like that, bro. If you gonna do some shit like that, bro, I don't like, bro. Nah, you can't even do no shit like, yeah, you're not a regular person no more. That's like regular activities. That's like if You feel me? I ain't gonna lie, this is like regular shit, bro. This is like some shit you would do in the hood, bro. I keep it a buck.
Paid in the essay, but also.
But it's just like once you have an audience, you can't do shit like this, bro. You cannot do shit like this no more. You feel what I'm saying? It's kind of like you gotta grow up at some point.
Went on to deny the essay over and over and over and over and over again. Now, off top, controversy isn't something that is like career ending. We've seen different content creators go through many a different controversies, some that I would say are way worse than what Nina even went through, but have ultimately bounced back from those things. They've then gone on to have bigger, better, greater careers than even before they were in said controversy. But if I had to say the one thing that would define if you are going to bounce back and then bounce up out of this atmosphere, or bounce up and then bounce down through the floor when it comes to being a controversial figure, is one thing and one thing alone, and that's accountability for your actions.
Nina, you somebody. Nina, you shoplifted. Can we tone it down? All of that just like in one ear out the other. Hey, maybe it's not okay to do that to a mom who's out in the salon or whatever. Maybe it's not okay to do that at Target. Maybe it's not okay to do that to a taxi driver. There's a lot of things.
It's just like everybody feels like, right? And this is the thing though, is that it's like damn near it's like a playbook, gang. It's like you go up, you start getting this ego. Everybody around you, whether you have good friends, you get good friends. They tell you, they hold you accountable. You're not trying to hear none of that shit. Everybody has a big ass hate train on you now. Now you don't want to upload content. Now you look like somebody that fell off, gang. Like, am I bugging? Like, does that make sense, bro? I feel like I've seen this before. Like, I've seen this multiple times, gang. And the funny thing is that everybody feels like I said, everybody feels like they're looking for the next clip. Like, I don't know. I feel like sitting here and doing the most boring shit and kind of being creative with it and building an audience is more like, I don't know. It's more like a long-term, I don't know what word I'm trying to find for that, bro. Like, it's like more of a long-term, like, I don't know. It's more satisfying, gang, because it's just like, okay, these people are staying around. They fuck with me. I don't have to go out and go fucking punch on somebody to hit 100,000 likes on a clip. I could just be funny, practice on my personality, build my audience, and it's just gonna come naturally. And the funny thing is that you're already pulling numbers. Niggas, like, yo, like, it's niggas on here that's like doing desktops and they average 2,000 and they're still trying to look for the next clip, gang. Like, they still trying to go up in this shit. Like,
well, I'm gonna do me time and time again. Like, hey, we are trying to hold what we thought was a friend accountable, and that friend says we're not being friends because we're trying to hold them accountable.
Neither brown nor white sugar was involved in this coding because they kept it pretty straightforward. Nina Lynn is somebody that we don't have the same values, morals, and principles as, and therefore we are going to go ahead and sever ties with her. According to the two other members of the group 03, Nina Lynn constantly wanted to do things her way, was the loudest one in every single argument. She struggled to see other people's perspectives, and they could not come to an agreement on what they stood for. In other words, it wasn't just one mistake, but it was the problem as to how she handled every single mistake. Shameless plug, and I'm gonna sound like a broken record every single time I say this, but you know, some people don't know that I did these things in my past, and also I like to give my real world experience as to how things go on behind the scenes. But I did work for a big group, one of the biggest groups on the internet right now. I'll give you a little bit of secret. It's 3 letters.
Nah, damn, yo, but that's crazy how much time passes. Remember they did that, like, that fucking blind, it was like a blind date. They had the little green screen. It was old Meezy. It was fucking, who else? It was like mad at the old OG members, like the old cameramen and shit like that. Like, that shit was, that's when AMP was like first getting shit off the ground, when they was first starting videos and shit. Like, that shit was crazy, bro.
6 guys.
That shit was probably like 3-4 years ago, bro, right? No? That shit had to be like 3-4 years ago, gang.
And I also have a current podcast, which is essentially a group channel as well, where I have 2 other co-hosts. And I'm here to tell you that the behind the scenes things that 03 said that they struggled with Nina Lynn are things that happen in every single group. There's constantly gonna be bickering. There's gonna be people who are super creative trying to come to one conclusion, and somebody's gonna be very loud in the conversation as to why their POV is the better way to go in this particular time. And as far as vision goes, hell, life changes those things. So oftentimes people aren't aligned as to what they're gonna do in the next year, 2 years, or hell, 6 months even. But at the end of the day, the reason why
I never understood that. Why would there be bickering? It's just like, if you have a set amount of people that's on the same exact page, right? And they all have a name for themselves. It's like, how can you have trouble doing some shit like this. You feel what I'm saying? Of course, you know what I'm saying? Finding members that actually want to do this shit. Obviously, you got people that's lazy. You got people that do funny shit. You got people just do outrageous shit. But it's like, when you know somebody that really want to do this shit, like, I ain't gonna lie, it's like you gotta find somebody with a reason. They gotta have a reason to do this shit. Nigga, they either broke, in the hood. Nigga, this their only option. This shit like damn near football to these niggas. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Football when you were young for these niggas. Like, I'm trying to make it to the NFL, bro. I'm trying to take care of my mom. I'm trying to move out the hood. Like, you gotta find niggas that's like hungry, gang. No funny shit.
MP is still around.
If you don't find nobody that's hungry or have a reason to do this shit, they're not gonna want to do it. And it's probably gonna be like a disconnection somewhere along the lines, bro.
Yes, Let's Keep It a Buck podcast is still around. The Sidemen are still around. Or any other group content is still around is because accountability and compromise are something that continuously happen in those organizations. And I don't even have to be a part of them to know that. So if I think the thumbnail needs to be red and my podcast mate Bezos thinks the podcast needs to be blue, ultimately somebody needs to come to a compromise. And it can't always be my way or the highway. Otherwise, it's not a group channel. It's somebody's solo project with some reoccurring castmates. And if you're gonna do that, gang, then I might as well stay on my own damn platform and do whatever I want to do. No, that's just the
But I don't understand why
stuff.
people don't say that though. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, gang, if I know this person if I obviously am reminding this person over and over again that they just doing bullshit, at some point I'm just gonna be like, all right, bro, it is what it is. I'm not even gonna care about it, bro. Like, cause then it's just like, okay, now she's gonna respond and be like, oh yeah, y'all doing shit for clout now, da 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 da. She's gonna go all the way up with this shit now. She's gonna go all the way up. But I would just, you feel me, not even do a video where I would just still continue to do the video with the group that I have or solo content. Like I said, he said, bro, got 1 million subscribers, so I'm pretty sure he's good on making videos by himself and shit.
So the fact that there's an accountability issue every time that Nina Lynn gets into some sort of scandal. Here's the truth about the internet. Creators can survive just about anything, any situation, any sorts of adversity, any bad problems, as long as they are self-aware about how they participated in that action. We've seen public mistakes, bad behavior, bad tweets, scandals, the list goes on and on and on. Hell, I even think it's a problem in today's society that we are so forgiving, but that's just the reality of what it is. But the problem is when
bro, who the fuck, and I ain't gonna lie, I can understand niggas want to get their bread. Like I said, I just personally wouldn't do it. Who the fuck came up with this Cash App scam shit for content creators? I be seeing like, oh yeah, bro, this person that sent you $15,000, nigga. Y'all niggas is about to get scammed, bro. They not sending you $1 out that shit, bro.
Things that I just mentioned. If you're arrogant and your ego is forthcoming in all of these situations, then you're not gonna have a bunch of fans who will support you going forward. And these are some of the criticisms of Nina Lynn as told by others. She dismisses backlash. She calls critics soft. She refuses to apologize.
Yo, what's the word, Leo?
Oftentimes, she doubles down in said behavior.
I be holding Ron accountable for shit. I be holding Adapt accountable for shit. They be holding me accountable for shit. As a group, you gotta come together, hold each other accountable. And sometimes you're not always right, man. And selfish people in a group would never work out, man. Facts.
You would never see me in a car with Jason Lewine, I promise.
I get that. You beef with him too?
No, he beef with me. I don't beef with him. Because everyone's bitch made. What do you want me to do? You bitch made, it is what it is, bro. Like, what do you want me to do? I can't lie.
Stuff like that is where the controversy stops.
Gang, it's just like, why do you always feel that way though? Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, not everybody wants to be like loud and aggressive. And I can see the stigma of people that see us from like New York. Oh yeah, loud, obnoxious, always rude. Cause like, the people that have like a platform do shit like this. You feel what I'm saying? Like, no funny shit. Like, I keep it a buck. I keep it a buck though. That's why everybody has like a bad stigma. It's because like the people that have a platform do shit like this, end up doing shit like this. But that's not like everybody from New York. And also, people do make mistakes. Gang, I keep it a buck. Now that other shit, that first shit, I'm hands off with that. I can't vibe with that. But like anything else, you know what I'm saying? The shop, like, I feel like anybody else did that in the hood. That's anybody else did that in the hood, bro. I keep it a buck.
Becoming exhausted.
I feel like when you have an audience and you go to a certain stature and you grow up, bro, it's like at some point it's like, yeah, bro, grow the fuck up. I keep it a buck though. It's Like, grow the fuck up.
known for things like that, then ultimately, people
especially
are
when you
gonna
got the
wanna
bread,
move
gang,
with
and you gonna do it
They're
on
not
stream?
gonna
Come
wanna
on,
hang
gang.
out with you. Not only because their community has issue with you, you know, people don't like to continuously see these arrogant people, you know, be content creators, etc., etc. Especially because a lot of these content creators are fan funded in the first place. Like the subscriptions and the watch time is all done by fans. Why would I want to watch somebody who is some sort of arrogant asshole? But also, other content creators will move away from you because you're annoying.
But also, you gotta understand, this is the thing about content creation. There's a community for everything, bro. So you think like there's not a bunch of loud and arrogant and da 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 da. Like there's a whole crowd. They probably got a community for them niggas. You heard? Like I feel like it's a crowd for everybody. That's why I feel like everybody can fit in content creation. Is whether like is niggas gonna keep doing this shit or not until they, you feel me, get that moment.
And the fan perspective is just lost. You slowly start to burn those bridges over time. And then it becomes a sort of situation where
But
people...
this is the same thing niggas say about Aiden Ross, and Aiden Ross still average like 20K, 30K, like shit crazy.
Feel like they are guilty by association.
So it's just like, how bad are these niggas
I think
falling
that's
off?
A fair and valid criticism. I know that there's been some conversation about that this past weekend about hanging out with streamers who do controversial things as somebody who
I guess
is
she
a
was in a group. She was in a group called O3, and they came out and said, yeah, we cut ties with her because like she doesn't have accountability. Like she did the shit on the shit with Zoe Spencer. It was that, and then they said she did some shit in like the nail salon. And then I ain't gonna lie, she cussed out a cab driver in like the middle of New York, like on some loud shit. Like, yeah.
Controversial streamer, but ultimately people are going to start questioning who you align with as a content creator. If you're a controversial streamer and you keep going wild and you keep going crazy, somebody who is just a simple desktop reactor who is, you know, pretty nonchalant and chill is not gonna want to be seen with you, because if they are seen with you, audiences are gonna
I keep it a stack though. I keep it a stack. Like some of these people I would collab with just to try it and give it, horrible pause.
Question where
but just for the benefit of the doubt, some people I would collab with be like, you know what? I ain't gonna lie, I used to watch, bro. I used to fuck with this guy. Maybe he'll change. You feel me? Like maybe this person will change. Like let fuck it. Why not do on stream? Nah, if it go bad, damn. Hopefully I don't got no fucking bread deals though. Holy shit. You hear it? Cause them shit is going down the drain. Sober, you heard? Sober.
About shoplifting.
But I ain't gonna lie, that's why it's good to stream by yourself or people that you really, really trust, because you don't understand when you get to a certain point and you got brand deals, like your career kind of depends on other people. Say if somebody come on a stream and just say a TOS shit, like your career's over, gang. Being that it was on your stream, whether you said it or not, it's over.
Or arguments or viral clips or, you know, just the other outrageous and controversial things that people say. Everybody on the internet is not perfect. Hell, I do wild stuff, you know, from time to time. But at the end of the day, if you can acknowledge where you mess up, apologize for the things that you say, and then look to grow afterwards.
Nah, facts. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like sometimes I'm irritable. I feel like that's my thing. Like, especially when I'm on smack. Like, if I'm on smack, I'm very, very irritable.
I think that everybody's okay with you being a simple human being. But if you double and triple down on those things, gaslight people, and then ultimately shit on not only just your fan base, but the other fan bases around you, that's when people have a problem. Now, do I think that this is the end of Nina Lynn? Absolutely not. Maybe for videos on this channel, unless she does some of the most.
But also, I ain't gonna lie, people, and this is the thing that people are willing to do, right? They're able to embarrass, like, I don't want to put it like this, but they're able to embarrass themselves for the moment to build a better image later, if that makes sense. Like, some people will watch it. It's the same thing that happened with Speed. Same thing what happened with Aiden. Some of these people are just probably taking notes and just copying the formula. No funny shit. And we're just sitting there like, oh yeah, this person's a bad person. And then in the end, probably 2-3 years later, this person's a household name. They loved in every state, damn near other countries and shit like that. Like, this is kind of like a playbook, kind of. I don't know.
Insane shit in the world, then of course I'm gonna get it off. I got a wedding to pay.
But then again, I see everything as a fucking playbook. I keep it a buck. On that shit, on streaming and content creating. It's just like, I feel like everything is thought out and planned in some type of way. Some certain things happen on accident, but I feel like for the most part, everything's playing.
I think even greater than her losing a couple of different fans or the commentators POV where they're giving videos for Nina Lynn, I think she's losing something that is much more detrimental. That network that she had, the one that allowed her to go to these big and major events and be broadcasted to a much wider audience. Nina Lynn got something that people begged for, an opportunity, a chance, a platform, and a network that afforded her endless opportunities in this content creation field. And she squandered it because she couldn't take accountability for clear mistakes that she had done in her past. And I hope that this serves as some sort of lesson.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like streamers or content creators have the ability to change. I feel like it's bad to say like, yeah, this person's gonna be this way forever. And maybe that's the good in me, but I genuinely feel, even like the worst people, I feel like I genuinely think they really don't want to do that. There's like some deep reason behind why they do what they do. Whether it's an insecurity, whether it's a moment, or whether it's something like, it could be like the most evil nigga ever. There has to be a reason why you do what you do, gang. Like no funny shit. Like it has to be a reason.